Hello everyone, this is Brushes and Bunnies and we're back with another video tutorial. We're going to be starting to draw some human parts. I know that sounds a little bit strange, but I've been practicing and I've been trying to just do some video tutorials at the same time, because why not? And basically for this video tutorial, you're going to need a couple materials. The materials that I used were a variety of different graphite pencils. So I did use the Faber-Castell Castell 9000 pencil. This works really fantastic. I used the HB, the 3H, the 2B, the 4B, and the 8B. Now it's really up to you what sort of weights you want to use, but this is what I chose. I also used the Kneadable Eraser, which is a fantastic eraser to use with graphite. It erases quite nice. I also used a variety of different Polychromos pencil crayons, so the cold gray and the warm gray. This was just to add the extra shadowing in the darkest spots and also to blend much better with the graphite pencil. And I also used the blending stump, and the blending stump is sort of like a rolled up paper, I guess you can say, and this is to basically just really blend out the graphite to make one smooth texture, and this really works well with skin tones. And on top of that, I basically just sketched on regular A4 sketching paper, so it's really up to you what you want to use. And last but not least, just plug in your music and get your art supplies ready and come and draw with me. Okay, so the method that I'm about to show you is actually something that I stumbled upon while looking for tutorials on how to draw noses in general on Pinterest. And the artist, I will link down below in the description. He broke it down to me like in terms of how to draw a nose step by step. And I thought the way that he showed it was absolutely genius. And I really wanted to film a video on kind of showing this method. I don't know if there's a specific method behind it, if there's a name, but I thought it was really great just to break down the general shape of the nose in geometric shapes and lines. And it really helped me to get the proportions right and also to get sort of the proper angle and as well as the shading. So I hope that this method works for you. If anyone knows where this comes from, please let me know. But I will be linking the actual artist and the tutorial or the step-by-step images that I had seen this method done. So you guys can check it out and see for yourselves, and I hope that this really helps you as much as it helped me. To basically start it off, I used my regular HB pencil, and this is actually a different brand. It's Stedler, and it's a pretty stereotypical or common German brand of pencils. So yeah, I just used a sharpened HB pencil and I started drawing the initial line work, and you really have to break it down based on lines. And as you start off with the regular geometric shapes at the very beginning, you can build on and start fleshing out the nose. So I hope this really helps you guys. If you think that I'm drawing too fast or if the video is too is sped up way too fast for you, you can always just slow it down. There's a button for that on the YouTube video, so you guys can slow down and see exactly what I drew and how I drew it. And something that I'm still learning actually by using this method is when you're starting off with the initial line work, you don't have to worry about getting each and every line perfect. You can just draw angled shapes, and that's all that really counts at the very beginning. As you proceed with the drawing, you can start fleshing out these lines even better. You can really enhance the curves, you can enhance the shadowing, but really guys, start simple. Don't worry about getting it right away. This will actually harm you as you go on because you'll focus too much on the smaller details. These smaller details will come later, so you always have a chance of fixing this. Now, as I proceed with the actual drawing, I switch a lot. I switch quite frequently between HB pencils to the darker tones, so like the 8B, the 4B, and the 2B. And I do this just because I'm starting to build shadows. So as you're building shadows, you want to make sure you have maybe a reference photo, you want to look at the lighting, you want to look at the way the shadow works, and you want to just start building these shadows with deeper tones, and you add layer upon layer. So that's just the way that I've always done it. And of course, you need to always refer to the light source. So no matter what direction the light is going, you want to build your shadows upon that. And as you're building your shadows, you can also use a neat little tool, which is the actual paper, the rolled up paper that you'll see me using very shortly in the video. This is called a blending stump. And basically what it does is it helps you blend certain colors or certain values of the graphite, and it works really nice. It creates a beautiful smooth texture. You can basically blend your pencil strokes all into one nice soft even color. This is actually really nice to use for the sort of like the smaller sections of the drawing, because it does have a pointed tip, so you can get really nice control over the detail you want. So I do use this quite often to really blend the shadows together. You don't really have to put too much pressure at first, so if you want to just do a nice light blend, just put a little bit of pressure. You don't focus on you know, really going down hard on your paper. You can just keep building shadow afterwards. If you want a darker tone, you can just add more, maybe 8B in there. So you'll notice that a lot of the shadowing around the midsection of the nose and the outer part of the nose, I used a lot of the blending tool or the blending stump with that. So in combination with my HB pencil or my 2B pencil, I use that primarily for the shadowing on the outside. And it really made a nice effect in terms of, yeah, just the shadowing aspect. There are all sorts of methods when using the blending stump on what to do, especially when you're blending dark values or light values. Now, when you're blending light values, you of course want to sharpen your blending stump. I have yet to do this because I'm quite new to the practice and I've only started using my blending stump. So apparently you can buy this sort of sharpener that sharpens the paper. You always start off with a clean slate. I have yet to do this, like I mentioned before, so I'm actually looking forward to the day that I need to do that. Now, there's other tools you can use out there for blending. I'm not highly familiar with them. You can definitely do a simple Google search and you will find all of the sort of information you're looking for. You can also create your own blending stump by rolling paper together to create a sort of tube or a pencil-like shape of paper. And again, there's all kinds of methods out there that you can find on YouTube and or Google. So I really hope that this helps you. I am learning it myself, so I just kind of want to share what I've been finding as I'm going along. But yeah, it's pretty interesting and it's actually quite fun to try to get the values right and to get the shape right. And of course, when you're blending as well, you can use your kneadable eraser to erase some of the most, I guess, the lightest value. So if you want to have a highlighted area like the tip of the nose, go ahead and take your kneadable eraser and just kind of clear a little bit of a shape there. This will definitely pick up any sort of graphite residue and it works really, really well in getting the highlights amongst the sort of dark or light values of the graphite. For the rest of the sketch, I basically kept repeating the same technique over and over, starting off with a lighter value of the pencil and kind of building upon that with darker values of the graphite pencil, and then using the blending stump to really blend the two values together. And of course, I also used my kneadable eraser to keep creating the highlights that I wanted at the bridge of the nose and the tip of the nose, as well as on the nostrils. So it's really up to you. It's just kind of playing around, finding what works best for you, trying to work off of a reference photo. And yeah, just keep using the same technique and practicing this over and over. Now, as a very last step of this drawing, which you guys will see later on in the video, I did use the Polychromos pencil crayons. So I used a warm gray and a cool gray, so one of the darkest tones of these grays, and I used it primarily for like the underside of the nose and also for the eyebrow area. The reason why is because I thought that in my actual footage of the video, the darkest tones were not appearing properly, and I wanted to really emphasize the fact that there were dark tones there. So I thought the Polychromos pencil picked up a lot of less shine from my actual overhead lamp, and it was just for you guys to see it easier, because my 8B pencil or the pencil strokes were picking up a lot of light, so it just looked quite dull in comparison. But yeah, you guys can play around, you guys can have fun. This is basically the technique that I use. So I hope that all of these tips and tricks have really helped you in finding an easier way to draw a nose. I know noses are not the easiest and it's actually quite hard to draw. So yeah, I don't know. I thought that this method really, really helped me. And again, I'm practicing it pretty much every day. Not just drawing noses, but I'm practicing other things as well. But yeah, this method I thought was genius. It really helped me and I really wanted to show you guys what I learned and how to do it. So again, refer down in the description below for the artist who I saw do this. And also, yeah, if you guys like these types of videos, let me know in the comments below what you want me to draw next. I'm looking forward to drawing all kinds of different parts of the human body, whether it be an eyeball or the lips or hands, for example, which I'm totally dreading, by the way, because hands, oh my god, I cannot draw hands whatsoever. But nevertheless, you guys know I'm up for the challenge, and I'm definitely willing to do it and kind of, yeah, sacrifice myself for the greater good of art in that sense. But yeah, let me know in the comments below what you guys want me to see next, what kind of tutorial video, and I will happily make it. With that being said, I wish you all a very fantastic day. Keep being awesome, keep drawing, and yeah, never give up, guys. It just gets easier from here on out.